Let's start at the end. You're carrying a picture that says "No more radiation." Obviously, the Fukushima nuclear power disaster was impacted heavily on Japanese consciousness. Give us an idea of what Japan's been like since the tsunami.
After the tsunami, you mean that? Maybe he's from the Fukushima, so he can.
Yes, I'm from Fukushima, and my hometown is around here. For a while after the great earthquake occurred, my family and friends is severely suffered from radioactive substance. I came here to tell you the risks of nuclear power plant. Okay.
And obviously, the risk occurred. The problem occurred because the nuclear power plant was hit by a huge tsunami. Remind us of the impact of the tsunami. How many people were killed?
By the tsunami, 20,000 people are dead.
And as a result of that, the Japanese government has closed down a lot of the nuclear power plants. And do you all believe that nuclear power is very dangerous now? This is why you're here today?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I guess the trouble is many people will say, well, if you don't have nuclear power, what else are you going to have? What will you replace it with? What do you think the solution to that is?
Even now, in Japan, only 10 nuclear power plants is working now. The whole number is 54, but after Fukushima accident, Japanese government don't permit the nuclear power plant to restart after the safety check. So we can now survive without most of the nuclear power plant. Yeah.
But obviously, without the nuclear power, the Japanese government has to rely on coal and other high emission using power plants. Do you think that's a good thing? Because obviously this conference is here today to try and these 2 weeks to try and work out a solution to climate change. So by closing down the nuclear power plants, isn't that going to make the situation regarding climate change worse?
I think that the nuclear power is we should not use the nuclear power to reduce CO2 emission because when the accident occurs, many people are suffering from the risks. So I think we should shift to the renewable energy.
Okay, and you've outlined some renewable energy below. So we've got floating wind turbines, photovoltaics, wave power, and geothermal binary plants. Are you all here to encourage the Japanese government to invest more in these types of technologies?
We submit this statement to the Ministry of the Economic and Industry, and some kind of ministry. We handing our statement to reduce or stop the nuclear power plant and move to the new energy, like this kind of energy.
Okay, and finally, do you guys have a message for anyone who's interested in finding out more about this? What's your message at this conference?
When the earthquake occurred, my friends and family are severely worried about the health problem. Now, there are many people who is worried about the health problem. So we need to stop using nuclear energy. And we need to shift to the renewable energy.
And just finally, do we know how many people are there many people who have died or become ill as a result of the Fukushima disaster?
I don't know exactly, but maybe four people